Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Track Titan Community Race Series. Here we are at Mount Panorama, Bathurst in Australia. We're down under, and it's Bonza. There will be more Australian accents, I promise you. As I said, here in Bathurst with the V8 Supercars, the Aussie V8 Supercars. If you don't know them, get to know them. They're some of the best racing the world has ever seen. And I'm sure it will be reflected by the drivers tonight. Joining me in the commentary box, as ever, it's Spitzlam. How are you today?
I'm fine. Hello, guys.
Yeah, how's it going? Spitzlam, how's it going? Everyone in the chat, drop a message in if you're watching. Let us know how you're doing. Let us know who you're rooting for as well. Bathurst, Australia, Mount Panorama. It's an incredible circuit. Known the world over. You can see it on the visuals here. Amazing up and downhill, and it's actually a road course. You can drive around it. 6.2 kilometers of circuit, 23 corners, and it's in Oz, which means that it's always beautiful weather. Isn't that right?
Not always, but yeah.
I'm sure if you go back and look at some Bathurst 1000s, you would find that I'm most definitely wrong. There have been some bad weather Bathurst 1000s. But we're not doing 1,000 laps today. We've got two 15-minute races in hand today. A reverse grid for the second race, so that should throw up some interesting things for the drivers to battle through. I'm going to go with interesting and say no more than that. Championship standings. Let's take a look at them, and they certainly are interesting. Top two, unchanged from last week. Ryan Skywalker solidifying that lead at the head of the pack. He's taken one race win last week and one second place win. Second place win? You don't win in second place. Took one second place and a race win. That solidified his lead at the top of the championship. He's leading now by over 200 points. Bear in mind, though, 100 points for a race win, that's still only just, well, Max Newt cannot mathematically catch him this week, but he could put himself in good stead if Ryan has some problems. And Ryan has been having brake problems, so we'll see if that affects him. Although in free practice, it's not been affecting him very much. He's still very, very fast. As I said, Max Newt in second position. He's leading the charge in the battle for second position for now, but the key thing is for now. For how long, I don't know, because it's a very tight battle there in second position. The top, second to fourth position is separated by only a matter of 34 points, which is crazy, quite how close they are. And then there's another battle emerging here for fifth position. Michel Rodriguez leading the way in that one. He's trying to fend off his fellow Swede, Alexander Gray, in sixth position. Gulagzek dropped down the order into seventh position last week because he wasn't here, I don't believe. And then Damien Hall charging back up the order, back into eighth position after some great results last time out, and a maiden podium for him. The Norwegian Viking, Roger Sale, another one that wasn't present last week, but is back this week. He's in ninth position. He's going to be looking to move back up the order. And then Hugh Jass, despite being the unluckiest man in the world, is in 10th position. So, well done, Hugh. You've done yourself very well there to get yourself into 10th position. And the only Brit in the top 10, so he's representing my country. But I'm unbiased, so I can't root for Hugh. And you're unbiased, so you won't be rooting for anyone else, will you, Spitzler?
I am unbiased because I don't have a represented another grade. Oh wait, I do.
Yes, you do. Yeah. You can't root for Gulagzek though. You can't root for Gulagzek. Well, that's the championship standings in order. That's the preview for the day. And let's take a look at the the track as it's live. Hugh Jass on your screens right now. Dire Peach Fanta and Paul Kitchener both rooting for Hugh here, so we'll stick with him for now in this fantastic Castrol liveried Mustang. We'll see how he fares in this qualifying session. We've only got 10 minutes of qualifying with a very long lap here at Bathurst. We'll see if the drivers manage to get many clean laps in at all. Have you raced this circuit Spitzland before? Do you know much about Bathurst?
No, not at all.
Well, not speaking from experience then. But I can say that I'm speaking from experience when I tell you that trying to find space on this circuit is a job. And not least, you would think it would be easy with how long the circuit is. You can just back up and find a decent amount of space. But the way that people yo-yo back and forth, if they have an incident, if they have anything else going on, it's now on impossible to find some decent space and get a clean lap in. And I think that's what's going to decide the top 10 of qualifying today, certainly. Whoever can get the cleanest lap in, the cleanest being the key factor here. I'm not sure anyone's going to get a clean lap in, full stop here. But we'll jump on board with Hugh Jass here and see how he takes the circuit. And we'll kind of go up the hill here and see what he's doing. Not much to talk about here, as his foot is flat to the floor here, going up and over the crest here, and then deep braking in towards the second turn here. It's Quarry Bend, going uphill, trying not to lose the back end there. Huge Ass managing to keep it on the track quite well there. Dragging it out to the exit, using the exit curve, and then coming into the tightest section of the circuit here, up to the cutting. It's trail braking up to this uphill corner, and then gently back on the power as you come over the crest here. You can easily lose the back end over that crest there, as Hugh Just nearly does himself, but he doesn't, and he keeps it on the track through Griffin's Mount, through Reed Park, and then in towards Sulman Park corner here now with a long left-hander. A little bit of a lift off here from Hugh Just as he powers through the corner to get himself some grip back on the track. Another lift off here. Running it very wide, using all the exit curve possible underneath the track Titan Brandon here, and we head over Skyline, down through the S's. It's a right, it's a left, it's a right again, and then you got another downhill, braking deep, hugging the inside wall there. Great stuff from Hugh Jass as he comes through in towards Dipper. Braking deep once again, past the Bentley Branding, and down through Forest Elbow, down the hill once again, on towards the Comrade Straight. This is the long back straight of the circuit. The longest straight on the circuit, full stop, and the cars are going to top out at their top speed, coming over the hill here under the Pirelli branding. And, well, I guess in a real car this would be something quite magnificent, but it's not in these cars comparatively, because he's sim racing round the fast right-hand bend here towards the chase. It's a little bit of a chicane here, powering out the corner underneath the Liquid Moly Bridge, in towards Murray's Corner. He's going to brake deep at just about near the 100 metre board. Coast around the corner, back on the throttle gently, as these cars are very back end heavy, and across the finish line. That's a lap there for Hugh Jackson. Where's that left? Seventh position for Hugh Jass so far. 2:09.426. Not the fastest lap we would expect him to get. To be clear, he did go much faster than that in practice. He managed to get into the 2:07s. But there are men up at the top that are going to go faster than that. Max Newt 7 and Ryan Skywalker in the Hot Lap Challenge got themselves into the 2:05s, and they did so in practice as well. Gulagzek got himself into the 2:05s in the weekly Hot Lap Challenge as well. Do you think we're going to see some low 2:05s, or we're going to stick to the highs, Spitzlam?
Maybe stick to the highs. This circuit is unpredictable. I don't think they will like to push it that much. There's too much risk involved at every corner you take.
That's exactly true, actually. I think a big key difference here between the race and the Hot Lap Challenge is that in the Hot Lap Challenge there is no damage. So the drivers can afford to make these mistakes, whereas when they come into the race, there's 100% damage on. These cars go into a wall, they're just going to... Well, that's their qualifying over, because they have to go back to the pits, they have to do an outlap. The outlap's going to take you 2.5 minutes, so if any driver has any damage now, they've got one chance at a lap if they were to do it now with 4 minutes left of qualifying. So
speaking of damage, Ryan is almost... Also, we have no damage. Almost a second faster than the best lap right now.
Yeah, Ryan is flying away at the head of the pack right now. Max Newt 7 unable to answer him as it stands. Max in the 2:06.834. But there we go. Ryan into the 2:06.200. Sorry, I was confused there. Ryan, yeah, flying away now in the 2:06.200. Yeah.
Flat.
He had the fastest first sector of anyone there. A purple first sector, a green second sector, and then slowed down a little bit into the last sector, but still much faster than basically everyone else on circuit in that last sector, despite slowing down. Isaac Johansson is currently sat in second position. He's sat in the pits. He's managed to get himself into the 2:06s, which is faster, I believe, than he did in the Hot Lap Challenge as well. So he should be happy with that lap time, and that's going to put him in good stead for this qualifying. I doubt many people are going to get into that 2:06 mark in qualifying at all. Gulagzek also getting into the 2:06, and then you start getting into the 2:07 range. Henry Comsey, the fastest driver in the Holden today. You'll notice that most of the drivers have gone for the Ford this time round. Interesting choice.
The cars seem the same.
They do. Maybe it's a driving style choice. Some of the cars drive slightly differently. These are both rear-wheel drive front engine V8s with pushing 1,000 horsepower, pushing 500 horsepower really. So they should drive very similar. But some drivers might notice it, and we've got two Holdens line astern here with Henry Comsey and Diogo Teixeira. Diogo Teixeira just sticking behind Henry Comsey, trying to learn his lines, trying to see where he can possibly improve, as Diogo currently has not got a lap time on the board yet, so he's going to certainly try and stick behind Henry and learn from him. Well, yeah, lots going on, really, in qualifying. 2 minutes left. Roger Sales in 6th position, Alexander Gray is in 7th position. Drivers go around. Is anyone looking like they're going to improve here, Spitzler?
Doesn't seem like it for now. Even Ryan is an improvement.
Not necessarily, no. Ryan Skywalker, orange in the first sector, green in the second sector. Isaac Johansson, green in the first sector, but in the pits. So that must be a timing error. Ryan Skywalker, here we go. He's in the last sector of the corner of the circuit here. He's going into the final corner. We'll see if he can improve on his lap time. It doesn't look like it with that vault first sector, and that's definitely not going to help at all. He's messed at the last corner there, and with 1 minute 30 remaining, it doesn't look like Ryan's going to improve on his last lap time either, because that's going to mess up his entry into the lap. He's going to be down at least a 10th by the first corner. He's going to have all the work on his hands. Wow!
What?
2:06.199.
1,000.
An epic lap there from Gulick to put him on pole position by 1,000th of a second, and suddenly that last corner mistake from Ryan Skywalker might really come back to bite him, because if he can't improve on his lap this time round, he's going to be starting 2nd position or lower. We'll see if Ryan Skywalker can possibly bring an answer to Gulick, but Gulick storming to the lead of the pack there with that blistering lap. Isaac Johansson still hasn't left the pits. He's going to have to be content with his time, because he's not going to get another lap in with only 40 seconds remaining, so all the drivers basically coming onto or on their last laps. Max Newt 7, here he is in the final sector of the circuit. Looks like he's potentially going to be able to get another lap in, and currently he is flying. A green first sector, a purple second sector. If Max Newt 7 can link up these last few corners, then he's going to be set for a pole position start. Henry Comsey gets himself into 3rd position with a 2:06.407. That's a nice improvement to make himself the fastest Holden on track. But here we watch Max Newt 7 on board as he comes through in towards Murray's corner, breaking deep. Alexander Gray improves in 6th position. Max Newt 7, all eyes on him as he comes underneath the gantry and across the line. Max Newt 7 into pole position with a 2:06.039. Fantastic lap from Max Newt 7 there, and that's the finish flag falling, and the finish flag on top, as it were. The checkered flag falling. Excuse me, I will get confused with too many fins in the circuit. Now, all eyes do now rest on Ryan Skywalker. He looks like the only man to improve. Gulick is not improving his lap time. Ryan Skywalker, orange in that first sector, down 4/10, 6/10 on Max Newt 7 in the first sector, but up 2/10 in the second sector. We'll see if he can drag something back through these final few corners. Ryan Skywalker breaking at the 100-meter board in towards the last corner, all over the exit curb. Little bit of oversteer there. Is he going to improve his lap time? No, he's not. Unable to improve his lap time, he puts a 2:06.792 on the board, and he's going to be starting from the second row of the grid for the first time in what seems like forever, Spitzer.
Yeah, it definitely does. Ryan has been dominating a lot this season, so this is a welcome change.
It is, and I tell you what, some things could be put down to the fact that, as I said before qualifying, Ryan does have some brake problems. His pedals were giving him some issues today, so we'll see. If we'll see after the race, I'm sure, if that had anything to do with it, but also if it does affect him for the rest of the race. Last few drivers coming across the line now. Little Skittle across the line. I think that's going to be it. Diogo Teixeira is in the final sector of the lap, but I don't think he's going to have enough time. He's not, as the race session is going to get underway for the drivers here. A packed grid, 16 drivers here at Mount Panorama. And it's Gulick and Max Newt 7 starting on the front row. Max on the right side of the screen in that Lightning McQueen livery. That's not going to get old. Gulick in the bright green livery. He shares that livery with a couple of drivers on the grid. And whilst we're on the livery check, before we go forward, it's that Castro livery that Gulick's got. We need to go forward a few, and we need to take a look at Victor Lundgren's skin. I'm hunting him down here. I'm just going forward between a few drivers here.
He has a Castro.
I am unable to change drivers. We'll see.
Don't tell me that.
Victor should... He is in a Castro skin. Oh, it's okay. Roger Sale has managed to get the right skin. Basically, there's one I want to talk about here as Ryan Skywalker sent me a little note to shout out before the stream. He says, Victor, despite having in the wrong skin, Rogers managed to inherit it. We've got a bit of sponsorship going on this race. Victor's dad has a company, Osterby Mechaniska, which I've probably butchered, sorry guys, but you can see it on the screen there. A bit of sponsorship for some of our drivers on the grid. They're running a custom livery on a few of the cars, and it's great to see some real world companies getting involved in our racing.
There were 3 of these skins. I think there's one more on the grid, or should be.
There should be somewhere. We'll spot them during the racing.
I know I didn't give one to Victor because I lost his team UID.
Ah, that's why. Well,
so
not to
it's
worry.
my fault, and I'm so sorry, Victor.
Not to worry. It's on the grid, so if anyone from Victor's family is watching, there you go. Nice little shout out for you guys. Yeah, thanks, Diet Peach Fan. We managed to sort that one this time round. We managed to put the mod on. So, 16 drivers on the grid. Spitslam, we've got about 20 seconds left till the green light. Who's going to be in the lead by the first corner?
Oh, play it safe. It's Max.
Max, play it safe. He's got the inside line for the first corner. He's starting from pole position. Let's see how this goes for him then. The red lights do go on for the drivers on the grid. The red lights go out. Now and away we go, and Max 7 does get that good start, but as does Gulicek. He's still alongside, and Ryan Skywalker is charging forward from back row. He's alongside, and it's 3 wide by the first corner. And who's in the front by the first corner? It's Ryan Skywalker. Oh, and he clips Max 7 in the round in the first corner. Max 7, second in the championship, is colliding with drivers left, right, and centre. Alex Heller is also round. He's rejoined Diogo Teixeira back on the circuit now. Mad Bull filtering through, but Ryan Skywalker with the incredible start managed to get himself into the lead of the race, and then Gulicek managed to avoid all that chaos. Looks like Max was the main casualty there.
Seems like it.
Well,
oh no, it's Oscar as well. A huge ass. Again, he's a huge ass.
Oh, Hugh with the worst look ever. He continues now down in 16th position, but he's been collected once again on the first lap. Ryan Skywalker leads Gulicek in second position, leads Alexander Gray. Henry Comsey has dropped down a few positions. He must have started terribly, and now Alexander Gray is the top performing Holden on track. Isaac Johansson close behind. It's a sweep by Finn for third position here as Henry Comsey's hunting them down, trying to make any moves where possible. Behind them is another 3-car battle between Keith Holt, Victor Lundgren and Roger Sale as they come down through the S's. And there's the drivers in the wall! Henry Comsey and Alexander Gray are in the wall, and we knew this was going to happen. It's Bathurst and drivers always end. Oh, Roger Sale's round! Roger Sale is round. He's got on the throttle a little bit too harshly. Alexander Gray, Henry Comsey's also in the wall. Smells like Wee's moved through on Roger Sale. And oh my goodness. Oh, Roger Sale's round again. Oh, and Kia Golski has managed to collect Roger Sale here. That's unfortunate for the driver there, who is still circling in 9th position. Roger Sale. Henry Comsey's round again. I can't keep track. Max 7's in the wall. Oh my god.
It smells like Wee's just drag stripping down with Diego Teixeira. Both in the Holdens. This is perfect. There's too much carnage.
There's plenty of carnage going on here. We knew it was going to happen. It's Bathurst. Of course, the carnage was going to be brought. Let's look at the battles then as we come across the line to start the second lap. Finally, Ryan Skywalker is leading the race somehow from third position with a great race start. Gulicek in second position. Isaac Johansson's in third. Victor Lundgren is in fourth position. Keith Holt is in fifth, and that's all the Mustangs in the top 5, and then it's 3 Holdens lying astern here. Alexander Gray, Diogo Teixeira, and Smells Like Weed. Not far behind them, 3 Holdens in a row. Kia Golski has managed to get himself into 9th position, and he's battling now with Alex Heller, and we'll stick with this one, as this looks to be one of the closer battles on track as they're heading up the hill once again underneath the Track Titan branding. Over the mountain straight and then towards Quarry Bend. They're going to be breaking deep, and Alex Heller is looking for a way through. Not happening this time round. Now that we'll keep an eye on this. Oh, Alex is in the wall.
Alex taking a little drift with that curb, running the sausage.
Alex needs to learn to stop riding the sausage, and he won't go around.
Like
Hugh just moved through into 10th position. Despite being the unluckiest person in the world, he's managed to make himself back up a few positions through pure skill alone, and he's picking them off one by one. We'll see if he can get any higher than 10th by the end of this race. and the gaps have started to spread out a little bit now. This is just about the closest battle on track between Hugh and Alex, and Hugh should be closing up towards Kwiatkowski very soon. As we know, Hugh is a very fast driver. He can drive within the 2:06s, as it's been proved in the Hot Lap Challenge and qualifying. No, not qualifying, but in the Hot Lap Challenge it has been proved.
Looks like the closest battle is between Alex Heller and Mad Bull, with Mad Bull having his hood sprayed with ketchup.
Yeah, another bit of livery watch here. Mad Bull in what I have to say is one of the best liveries we've ever seen in the Track Titan Community Race Series.
It describes on how Americans drive in school zones.
Exactly, it does. And he's battling away with Alex Heller here for 11th position, just ahead of them. Hugh Jass is going toe-to-toe with Kwiatkowski as well. We'll keep an eye on both of these battles, as Hugh Jass looks to be the most likely to make a move, as he's ducking underneath the slipstream here of Kwiatkowski. He looks right, he looks left, he looks for a move in towards Murray's corner, but it's not going to happen this time around. Alexander Gray has moved through on Keith Holt. Now, didn't see that one coming. That was out of nowhere. And either Keith had an incident or Alex was just fast out of nowhere. And then Hugh Jass is... Oh, he spun out. Hugh can't get a break, can he? Down into 14th position now. Alex Heller, Mad Bull, Max 67, Little Skill, all inheriting one position each because of that spin. And now Max 7 looks to take down Mad Bull. Lightning McQueen on the... the murderer going up the mountain straight once again in towards turn 2, and Max 7 does not have the overtake quite yet, and you have to pick your spots for the overtakes in this circuit, don't you? You can't overtake just about anywhere like you can on most circuits. With how tight it is, you pick the wrong spot, you're both going to end up in the wall, aren't you?
Yeah, it's like if you pick one spot you want to overtake an Obush, that's a death sentence as well.
Exactly. So you got to be careful. Max 7 doesn't need to be careful though, because Mad Bull has made it very easy for him. Right in the wall like he's racing NASCAR. Max 7 moves through with ease, and now he's going to try and hunt down Alex Heller for 10th position. He's looking to the inside and he's going over Skyline now. They're almost side by side coming in towards the S's. This is going to end in tears. No, it's not, because Alex Heller has broke deep, locked up his brakes, he's bulked his line, and now Mad Bull is going to close up behind him and potentially make an overtake as they're coming down the hill once again. Alex Heller just trying to stick to his lines, just trying to regain some composure after that little brake lock up, and his lines are getting back to normal. He's going to try and power onto the Comrade straight now. Mad Bull just behind him with a bit of a better exit here. And what's happened here?
Mistake.
Guliczek has had a bit of a mistake. He's in second position still, hasn't lost a position quite yet. Ryan Skywalker still leading them though, and the gap between Ryan Skywalker and Guliczek has opened up just a little bit more. Hugh Jass is trying to fight his way back through after some terrible incidents for him, and he's going toe-to-toe with Little Skittle here. They're breaking deep. Hugh Jass sticks to position, gets behind Little Skittle and decides he's going to make the move into Murray's corner as they're coming through in towards the final sector of the circuit here. Hugh once again looks to the outside, looks to the inside, looks to make the move, but Little Skittle has got all the answers. Or does he? As he oversteers a hell of a lot, goes very wide, and Hugh Jass just slips up the inside and the side-by-side down the pit straight. Mad Bull or Kwiatkowski is dropping down the order. He must have had an issue, but Hugh Jass is through on Little Skill in towards the first corner. Clean as you like. That's about the cleanest overtake you'll ever see at Bathurst, isn't it?
Maybe, yeah, and with Alexander and Kwiatkowski, Alex again drifted with the freaking sausage curbs, because why not?
V8s and rear wheel drive, they're made for drifting. Hugh Jass and Little Skittle going toe-to-toe again. Little Skittle has got all the answers, and Kwiatkowski's now on the scene, and they're going 3 wide almost. Oh, and Kwiatkowski's in the wall. Kwiatkowski gets a slap of oversteer, counter steers, and ends up right in the wall, and now Roger Sale is right up his rear end. But the battle remains between Little Skittle and Hugh Jass. They're heading up the hill once again over the crest and through towards Sulman Park. Little Skittle just unable to stick with Hugh Jass now. He's all over the shop. He's getting a bit of oversteer. He's on the grass and he's losing time. Oh, and he's in the wall and he's round. And he's just about recovered, but he's going to have a bit of damage. Kwiatkowski and Roger Sale both move through. Now Roger Sale looks to make a move on Kwiatkowski as they're coming through in towards Skyline, over the hill, down the hill. Little Skittle on the grass, Kwiatkowski locking up his brakes, Roger Sale breaking deep, looking to try and find a way past if possible as they're going through the S's in towards the Dipper. Roger Sale looking left, he's looking right, he looks left again. Max Newt7's got past Smells Like We without too much of a fuss by the looks of it. Roger Sale's still looking for a way past Fiagolski in the Bentley hairpin. Down the hill once again on towards the Conrad Straight. And it's just not happening this time round.
Sorry, Adam, but Alexander Grace tried to battle Victor Lundgaard.
Ooh.
Coming into the pit straight. Still behind him in the slipstream. Less than 1 second between both of them. Coming to the hell corner. onto the hill straight. And Alex still not losing time on him.
Yeah, Alex, he's just trying to find a way past, isn't he? It's two decent drivers, two decent Swedish drivers, might I add. It's great to see these two countrymen battling. But he's unable to find a way past, and there is a decent battle for the lead as well. We'll try and keep an eye on both of them, but for now...
it is.
For now, Alex...
knows how to do the first sector, seems like it.
Yeah, it seems like he's much faster in the first sector, but as soon as he gets into this tight uphill section, Ryan just has the bit between his teeth and knows how to get his lines correct because Gulicek drops back 2/10. And as I say that, he gains 2/10 on Ryan Skywalker, so I'll eat my words and I'll shut up. Gulicek, take the wheel. You're going to keep battling with Ryan Skywalker and Isaac Johansson not far behind. All these drivers driving on the absolute raggedy edge. Went over Skyline now. We'll jump on board Gulicek as he breaks into... Oh! Well, he's still on circuit, despite what you might have seen there. And he carries on down the hill on towards the Conrad Straight, and these two drivers still within about 2 seconds of each other. So it's great racing up at the front of the pack. But this gap has opened out a little bit. Let's jump back to that battle for fourth because Alexander Gray and Victor Lundgren are line astern. Look at Alexander Gray sniffing the exhaust fumes of Victor Lundgren as he looks to make a move. Red Bull gave him wings, says Surly. Yes, it's very true. Alexander Gray looking to wait for a way past Victor Lundgren. He's alongside him. He's through by the time of the right-hand kink and they're going to be breaking deep. Has Victor Lundgren got any answers for Alexander Gray? They're still side by side. Victor Lundgren trying to hold on the outside line. Oh, and he does indeed, and Alexander Gray goes round. The pressure got to him. He got a bit too much curb on the entrance to the chicane there, and he's round, and he's lost even more position potentially as Keith Holt arrives on the scene. I think he's going to hold him for this position for now, but Victor Lundgren with the ice steely nerves manages to hold on to fourth position right now, and look at it, it's gone to Alex's head. He's got locked up the brakes. He's almost gone straight on there. He's still going here on the start finish straight in fifth position, but Keith Holt is close behind, as is Diogo Teixeira and Max Newt7. Charging through the field in that Lightning McQueen livery. He's going to try and pick off three drivers potentially in the next few laps. We'll see. 3 minutes 41 remaining. The drivers are going to get about 3 more laps, I do believe, so plenty of time for Max Newt7 to fight through the pack. He's trying to hold on to that second position in the championship, but as it stands, I'd say as it stands, it's running away from him. Actually, no, it's not, because where are his championship rivals? Henry Cosi is in 16th position, and Dennis Bosman is nowhere to be seen.
With 16th position, I want to shine light at the guy who is 14th right now. For Juiced, he basically started half a lap behind, and now he's 14th.
Where did he start?
He joined after the race started, basically. He came out of the pits. And
oh, very interesting. I didn't
now
realize
he's
that.
14th. He just came from the Holy Land of Holland.
No, great racing there from Houston. Managing to make his way through. Let's look back to that battle between Max and Diogo Teixeira because Max has managed to find a way past Diogo Teixeira, and I'm sure we missed out on that because that looks like it was a decent overtake through Skylines, and now he starts the battle to try and get himself up towards Keith Holt. He's got 2 seconds to close up to Keith. We'll see if that's going to happen anytime soon as they're powering down the Conrad Straight, and despite the gaps looking, you know, these gaps look quite big, but then you get a nice wide shot of this circuit, and because the straights are so long, you suddenly realise that 2 second gap, with a 2 second gap, you can still see the driver in front, can't you? Whereas at many circuits you can't.
Yeah, you can. With the long straights here, you definitely can. Sometimes you can because of the hills.
Well, that's true, and some of the tighter corners. But the reason I bring that up is that does play a big bit into the mentality of the drivers. Kiagolski's managed to find a way past Alex Heller. Looks like Alex might have had an incident as he's nursing a little bit of damage there. Back to Max Newt7 and back to the mentality of it. If you can see the driver ahead and you can see the amount of time that you're gaining on them, I feel like it pushes you to go much faster. Whereas if you can't see them around each corner, you can lose a bit of focus and end up not gaining quite so much time. But Max 7, I'd say he's proving me right, but I expected him to move through the pack quite easily anyway. He's come out of hell now. He's alongside Keith Holt before they've even made it to the top of the hill, and Keith is pushing him right to the white line here. He's giving him no space, and no space for error between these two drivers. Either of them mess up, both of them are going to be in the wall. Max 7 alongside Keith, breaking deep. Keith is going to try and hold in 6th position. He's going to cut across Max 7. Max 7 breaks a little bit deeper, concedes that overtake for now. We'll see if he can make that overtake into another corner very soon, and it looks like it's on the cards for Max 7. All Keith seems to be doing right now is holding him up, breaking deep into 2nd gear, up the hill once again, powering out of the corner. Max 7 looks to the inside of Keith Holt, looks to the outside once again. He's going to stick behind him as they're coming through the few park corners here before Skyline, and that might be where he's lining up to make his move. He made the move on Dougal Texera there last lap. We'll see if he can do the same to Keith Holt this lap. Keith just holding up Max 7 for now, breaking a little bit here, and Max 7 trying to get back on the power onto the exit curb here, and it's not going to happen to Skyline. They're going to break deep and come through the S's in towards the dipper once again. Still line astern for 6th and 7th position. Keith is defending like a lion right now.
Those guys, well, I will not be laughed.
Determined not to be. He's trying not to. Eustace managed to find a way past Kiergulski, as has Max 7 on Keith Holt. Keith with a little bit of oversteer there coming out of the hairpin. Max, well, he made it very easy for Max, and Max moved through on him as they come on towards a comrade straight, and now Max needs to start his charge for 5th position. Madbull, what's happened to him? He's in the wall.
He's stuck.
He's in the wall at Forest Airport.
Who somehow gained 2 positions.
Yeah,
where do you come from?
He's having a fantastic race here as Eustace from the pit lane into 12th position. And, well, now that Max 7 has cleared Keith Holt, the next closest battles on track really seem to be the lead battles. And maybe Keith, if you can hold on to Max 7. But the reason I say that is to transition to that lead battle, because Joseph is in the chat, willing Gulick on. They're coming up to some lap traffic, and this might play into Gulick's favour. If Ryan can't clear this lap traffic in decent amount of time, especially as they're approaching him coming into this tight section of the circuit, if it works in Gulick's favour, he could potentially be lapping Little Skittle on the back straight, whereas Ryan might have to make his way through in the tight section. We'll see. Ryan Skywalker now battling over the park corners here towards Skyline, gaining on Little Skittle all the time. We'll see if he gains enough to make it awkward for himself. He kind of doesn't want to gain that much, but also he doesn't want to slow down at all, because Gulick is right behind him, right on the raggedy edge. You saw him bouncing over all the curbs there, coming through the S's. He's trying to make up any positions he can and take home what would be his first Track Titan race win. It's on the cards. He's in the wall on my screen. He's back with us, drifting around the corner there, giving us a nice little show. And Ryan Skywalker holds on to first position for what seems like a little bit longer. The gap now 2 and a bit seconds. So I can't really make much drama out of 2 seconds, can I?
I don't think you can, but I think Little Skill just saw Ryan behind him. He just said, "No, I am not going to get laughed."
He's determined. Looking at Little Skittle, looking backwards from Little Skittle here on the screen now, you can see that Ryan-shaped Mustang is growing ever larger in his mirrors. He locks up his brakes into the final corner. Little Skittle, Ryan Skywalker closing in on him all the time, and then just behind Ryan Skywalker you can see Gulick not far behind at all. On board with Ryan Skywalker here as he tackles Hell corner. Going up the hill once again. Lil Skittle now firmly within view. And this is about the only thing on track. No, it's not. Let's take a look a bit further back, because
it's Max.
Max Newt 7 has managed to gain 2 seconds on Alexander Gray. This man has got... he's going like a stabbed rat, I think is the term. And he's almost caught up to Alexander Gray already. The battle is well and truly on for 5th position. Oh, Alex makes it very easy for him and slams into the wall on the exit of Hell. Drops down to 6th position, and now Keith Holt arrives in the scene to take that 6th position away from him. And Alex, is he managing some damage here?
Definitely.
He is. You can see on his steering input here, he's got to tilt his steering wheel a little bit to the right. And with Diogo Texera not far behind him, this might not play into his favour. Diogo Texera closing on him all the time. Smells like wheat. Also not far behind. Alexander Gray could be losing a couple positions here as he manages this damage to the end of the race. The battle at the front has gotten interesting again as Guliczek has brought the gap down to within a second, but there is a little skittle-shaped obstacle between them. Ryan has managed to clear the back marker. Guliczek has not. They're coming down through Big Dipper here into Forest Edge hairpin. Forest Elbow, excuse me. On towards the Comrade straight. Lil Skittle with a little bit of oversteer. He's going to have a little bit of a bogged exit. Hopefully for Guliczek, he can pass him quite easily now on the Comrade straight and keep this lead battle alive. But the gap is growing ever bigger. Guliczek trying to use the slipstream from Lil Skittle to gain time on Ryan Skywalker. The gap closing a little bit as a result of that, and now only just over a second between these two drivers at the front of the pack. Lil Skittle, stay out of it. Oh, he doesn't need to stay out of it. Guliczek tries to send it a little bit too hard, ends up on the grass on the exit of the final chicane, and now he's dropped back from Ryan Skywalker by over a second, and it seems like Guliczek is much faster than Ryan in certain areas of the track, but if he's going to throw it away like that, he's not going to catch him at all. The checkered flag flies. Ryan Skywalker finishes the race in first position. Guliczek in second position. I must confess, I thought there was another lap on the cards there, but there was certainly not. I had lost track. Isaac Jansson's in third position, and then Victor Lundgren in fourth. It would have been three Swedes, third, fourth, and fifth, if Alex hadn't thrown it all away. But indeed he did. He's going to come home in seventh position. Max 7 suddenly was on the scene, challenging for fourth position. He has to settle for fifth right now after that chaotic first lap he had. Mad Bull dropping down the order. Oh no, it's a timing glitch. I wondered how he'd got up there.
Yeah.
Keith Holt's in sixth position. Alexander Gray's in seventh position, and then it's three Holdens in a row for seventh, eighth, and ninth. Smells like wheat in eighth. He managed to get himself past Diogo Texera on the final lap of the race, and then another victim of some first lap carnage, Hugh Jass, the unluckiest man in the world, manages to come home in 10th position and take home 90 points. No,
That's
10?
true. Jazz.
20? Trying to keep track of our point scoring system. I'm lost. Mad Bull in 11th position. Yeah, Just Veyers, here he is in 12th position. What a drive from him from the pit lane halfway into the first lap. He managed to overtake at least 5 people. Part of it thanks to pit stops. And matter of fact, I didn't see too many pit stops here. We'll potentially see some more pit stops in the second race. But I didn't see any pit stops for tyres this race, as we had expected. Roger Sale in 13th position. That's a disappointing finish for him, as the same with Henry Comsey. Another disappointing finish there. He finished in 14th position. Kiegolski finishes in 15th. And then Alex Heller comes around the final corner. He's going to complete his race. He's going to take home some points there in 16th position. And then the last driver, Lil Skill, is in the pits. And so it's time to move on to the next race. I have to say, not that I'm complaining, but I expected much more chaos than there has been. What? Yeah.
No, just the race we started. I just see Alex or just sliding into my point of view of the screen. Started losing it.
That's out of Corsa. Throwing up some of its fun. I'm going to flick through some of the drivers here so we can get a look at all the decent liveries.
Look at Max Snoot from the inside.
From the inside of Max Snoot's livery, all you can see is Lightning McQueen's eyes. Now, to be clear, Max Snoot 7 is not a psychic. He can't race blind. Ryan has given him a special livery that doesn't have the eyes on his windscreen, so he can actually see. But for us on the stream, for the sake of viewer pleasure, if you will, he's got the full Lightning McQueen outfit. So,
It's great.
Race 2, Switzerland. Race 1, surprisingly, except for the first lap, surprisingly not too eventful.
No, not at all.
Second
But
race,
this is a reverse race, after all.
second race, you reckon it's going to be much more eventful?
Can be.
We'll certainly see. We've got a minute to go. Ryan Skywalker got into the lead of the first race from third position, and then Max 7 got sent round by Max 7 got sent round from first position, and Ryan managed to make his way through from third. Do you think Henry Comsey's going to do the same on Alex Heller and Kiegolski?
He can. Alex isn't that skilled for starts, and Kiegolski is his first race for track titan, so
We could potentially be seeing a complete repeat of the first race here from the line because, as you say, Henry Comsey, a very experienced driver, currently third in the championship.
Or maybe Juice can Juice can somehow lunge it up in there because he's flashing his lights at Henry already.
He's signaling his intent. He's telling Henry exactly what he plans on doing. We'll see if he can. Right then. We'll see. We'll see. That's the term of the day. We'll see. 6 red lights go on for the drivers that are on the grid. I think we lost just 1 or 2 there. They go out now, and Henry Comsey does not get the start that Ryan Skywalker got. Alex Heller flies away from the line. Henry Comsey's already up and alongside and into second position, but Alex Heller leads into the first corner with a blistering start. Spitsam, eat your words, mate. Henry Comsey in second position, Kwiatkowski in third, and then it's a 5-way battle here and a much cleaner start for this second race, surprisingly, which is not usually the case. These V8 Supercars, it's Aussie, it's upside down. But what's not upside down is the lead of the race. Henry Comsey up past Alex Heller. Roger Sale looking to make a move on the inside of Alexander Gray. Oh, and Alexander Gray's been sent into the wall. Him and Juice Wayers are battling it out now for 8th position, but they were for 4th just a second ago. Roger Sale moved through into 4th. Hugo Texera battling him, and then Smells Like We goes into the wall. A little bit of a battle with Alexander Gray, and it's very, very tight up the hills. He can barely make out the drivers between each other. Smells Like We leads this crazy battle for 6th position. Look at these drivers. They're all spreading out across the circuit. I can't keep track of it. Alexander Gray filters in. Isaac Johansson going toe-to-toe with Hugh Jass. Juice Wayers just behind. He's dropped down a couple positions in them last few corners. Roger Sale is looking to find a way past Kwiatkowski, but he's gone off the circuit, as has Diogo Texera, and this battle between everyone has got even more interesting. Alexander Gray has been sent straight going on at Skyline. He's going to drop down a few more positions, and goodness me, Ryan Skywalker and Max 7 are in the wall. They've come together. Max 7 gets overcorrected. He's sideways once again on the first lap. He's going to drop down more positions. Ryan Skywalker almost collects Juice Wayers. He's not having a decent first lap at all either. Hugh Jass is battling away with Smells Like We and Diogo Texera for 5th position. And finally, I can kind of make out individual drivers here and keep track of it, because I'll tell you one thing, I definitely could not before. Max 7 is second last now after being sent around, or potentially going around of his own accord, and not too sure, going down through the S's. Hugh Jass up the inside of Smells Like We for the right-hand kink. Smells Like We's going to have the inside line for this first part of the chicane, and he's going to make the most of that by breaking deep and holding on to that 6th position ahead of Hugh Jass, taking the inside line for the exit, and now they're coming down towards Murray's corner. Hugh Jass looks to the outside to make a move on Smells Like We. Not happening this time around. He dives down the inside, gets all over the grass. He collides with Smells Like We and takes both of them out in the final corner. Oh, a mistake there from Hugh Jass to go a little bit too far to the inside. He lost all braking ability on the grass, and he took out Smells Like We, and that's going to be a marshal's inquiry after the race, I'm sure. Smells Like We now down in 14th position. He's going to rejoin the circuit steadily and fairly, potentially just a bit behind Max 7 as well. Lil Skill has managed to find a way past Hugh Jass after all that chaos, and Ryan Skywalker trying to do an Alex Albon. He's trying to go off the circuit to make the move, but it's not going to pay off for him, as Isaac Johansson capitalises on that and gets himself past Hugh Jass for 10th position. Mad Bull and Ryan Skywalker are now going toe-to-toe, and Mad Bull has come out on top because Ryan has got a really bad exit there from that grass excursion. Hugh Jass and Isaac Johansson still side by side. Hugh Jass not going down without a fight, that's for sure. Isaac Johansson's got the inside line here as they come up the hill, and he's going to make the most of that, as Smells Like We did by breaking deep and holding off Hugh Jass for one more corner. Mad Bull with a slap of oversteer coming up and over the hill, and Ryan Skywalker capitalises on that and moves through on him for 12th position, and now he begins his revenge on Hugh Jass, as Hugh Jass left him no room to overtake on the first straight there. But it doesn't matter. The moves will be made fairly, or else the marshals shall bring down their hammer.
Sorry.
No, alright.
It's Roger and Kwiatkowski fighting, coming down from to the first elbow, coming to the Conrad straight. One of the longest straights, as you said. 7 dead between them. Can we actually see if above them have the forts? Then nothing. The Battle of the Forts, at least it's good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're on level pegging, they're on equal equipment, and they're making the most of it. Kwiatkowski, I have to say, doing very well in his first Track Titan race here. He's holding on to third position magnificently. We know that Roger is not a slow driver, and he's keeping him at bay for now, isn't he?
He definitely is. Also, those losing positions to Isaac Johnson, the time and error with Hugh Jass going to first. Happens a lot of time. Little skill overtaking Isaac Johnson. Coming onto the chase, Henry comes in fastest laps, 2:07. Alexander Gray spins out of the Merce into Merce corner.
Oh, Alex, and so does Little Skill.
And Little Skill does as well.
Oh, Little Skill slides round. He loses positions. Ryan Skywalker is now in a four-way battle here for 9th position. Oh, and he goes straight on. Ryan Skywalker goes straight on. What happened there? He barely broke. He went straight.
Yeah, that's a brake ball.
It's surely a brake pedal problem, but that's going to leave him with so much damage. Surely we'll see as he goes onto the start-finish straight if he's going to be battling steering damage.
Isaac Johnson and Alexander Gray going side by side, coming in the mountain straight, going to the quarry bend, and it's Isaac Johnson taking the place from Alexander Gray. Behind Alexander Gray, it's huge as a mad boy. It's 4 people behind each other. It's Little Skill as well, joining the mix. Roger's still trying to catch Kiagolski. Still nothing he can do.
What an epic
So right
5-way
now
battle this is.
So right now we can watch Isaac being attacked by Alex, Alex being attacked by... Oh, it's Kiagolski, and Alex Heller is in the wall at the SS.
Oh, and Roger Sales collided with him.
It's
Oh,
Roger.
and Kiagolski moves through the inside of him. He manages to capitalize on that. Roger collides with Alex Heller. Alex Heller's still dropping down. He's sideways, going to try and rejoin safely somehow as the rest of the drivers filter through, and this big battle now does come through the S's. Alex Heller, well done, getting out of the way very well there. And Max is just about avoids him. Roger Sale into 3rd. And then the battle for 5th position between Gulikzek and Diogo Teixeira is on. The Holden versus the Ford. This is going to be interesting. Gulikzek tailing Diogo Teixeira down start finish straight, looking to make a move on him.
Wait, no, that's time and error.
But time and error, don't worry.
Continue.
Gulikzek looking to the inside of Diogo Teixeira there. Diogo Teixeira forcing him. No room at the end for Gulikzek as he breaks very deep in towards the chicane. He's got the inside line of Diogo Teixeira. Clean racing from these two drivers. Diogo Teixeira holds him off for one more corner potentially as they head down towards Murray's corner. Diogo Teixeira is going to take a defensive line on the inside. He's not going to try and let Gulikzek past anytime soon. But Gulikzek is going to try and sweep around the outside, get the power down, and he does indeed hold on to 4th position. But we'll see because Diogo Teixeira has not disappeared. They're still side by side going on the start-finish straight. Diogo Teixeira breaking deep. He's going to have to concede that position. Gulikzek just has a little bit more pace in him as it turns out in that Ford. And Diogo Teixeira goes for a bit of grass tracking just to make up for it.
Deploy tactical smoke screen on the yard.
He did.
The closest battle right now is Roger Shaw and Kiagolski again.
It is these two
And
still
Kiagolski
going at it.
losing his rear end
Oof.
in the
That's-
quarry bend.
That's going to allow Roger Sale to catch up with him a little bit as he filters through the corners in that sponsored livery up the hill once again. And Kiagolski holding on 2nd position for now. Hugh Jass is also battling away with Alexander Gray, looking for any way through. Alex prone to errors today, but we'll jump back to that Roger Sale Kiagolski battle because it's very tight.
It's Roger and Kiagolski coming to McPhilby Park. Good go through Skyline coming to the S's, but Roger is breaking first. He doesn't want any carnage going on in the S's. Gulicek joining the mix right now. Victor trying to attack Diego Teixeira coming into the S's. I think we will have a really amazing Goddard straight. Maybe coming down to Tipper, maybe Forest Bend. That's a great overtaking spot. If you know how to dive up. And it's Diego into the wall. That's a freak. Wait. What?
Oh, it must be internet problems.
That's a very good wall riding by Diego. Gulicek, slipstream and Roger Shaw taking the position for Roger going side by side onto Conrad Straight. If anything can happen coming into the turn right now, no, nothing can happen. They are not at side by side anymore. Max going really close to Madpool, also almost side by side. Now we
Indeed,
can
they are.
see the battle as well. Those right Skywalker overtaking low skill. Gulicek going down again. Or is that a time and error?
No, he's behind Roger Sale right now. Roger Sale must have
it is.
found his way through once again. Gulicek, I can only assume, had a bit of an issue coming out of the chicane. I didn't quite catch it on the cameras there, but he did drop down back into 4th position. And then Roger Sale up into 3rd, as he said. And then it is a great little 5-car battle here for 2nd position. Kiagolski still fending them off, defending like a lion, but he is 10 seconds back from Henry Comsey. Looks like Henry Comsey, as long as he can keep it on the track, has got this win signed, sealed and delivered. But there's 3 cars within 2 seconds here. Gulicek, Diogo Teixeira, Victor Lundgren, all line astern coming up towards turn 2, and then Isaac Johansson and Alexander Gray. Alexander Gray and Hugh Jass are battling it out here for 8th position. Hugh trying to find a way through. He's on a recovery drive after some rough moments these last few races, but he's still taking home good points last race, and he's going to try and take home even better points today. Potentially, he's just waiting for Alex to mess up, as that seems to be the flavour of the day for Alex. Ryan's passed on Little Skittle. He's into 12th position. He's on his recovery drive after he got went straight on at the first corner. We'll have to find out what happened to him in the Discord.
It's Kiagowski in the wall.
Oh no! Kiagowski's got into the wall. He's lost 2nd position. Oh, Isaac Hansen collides with him. Oh, and sends him into the wall. I have to say that's not Isaac Hansen's fault. Kiagowski didn't leave him much room on the inside there, and he was at full racing speed. And Kiagowski's dropping down.
It's Gulicek spins into Dipper.
Oh, he's round. He's round as Alexander. Oh, they all managed to avoid him just about. Look at that 4-way train. Oh, Mad Bull collides with him.
Isaac Johnson, the huge ass Max Snoot, was like a Stacey car line through there. God.
This is like Scalextrics, let me tell you. 4 drivers separated by less than a second here on towards the Comrade Straight. Alexander Gray leads Isaac Hansen, leads Hugh Jass, leads Max 27. We'll see if this order stays the same by the next corner. They're going 2 by 2 over the hill. Isaac Hansen through and Alexander Gray, Max 27 through on Hugh Jass, and it's all shuffling about. Isaac Hansen and Max 27 both hold on to their newly gained positions through the chicanes on towards the final sector of the circuit. Max 27's managed to get himself alongside Alexander Gray. He's going to have the outside line for Murray's corner. They're going to be breaking deep. Max 27's ahead. Alexander Gray, punts him. They both go off. Hugh Jass moves through on the pair of them. He gains 2 positions there. Max 27 sent off at the final corner. Him and Alexander Gray come to blows once again. He rejoins safely behind Ryan Skywalker and Mad Bull, who are going at it. 9th and 10th position. Mad Bull trying to find a way past Ryan Skywalker. Don't think that's going to happen this time round, Mad Bull. But another controversial moment there between Alexander Gray and Max 27. Not that that's a controversial pairing, but another controversial moment in this race. Wow. Chaos there.
It's Alexander Gray and Hugh Jass going side by side in the course, but Alexander Gray going behind Hugh, it's safer going up the mountain in a line than side by side, and definitely I can agree with that.
Yeah, it definitely is. Although Alexander Gray, going to prove us wrong, he's managed to get himself side by side with Hugh Jass here, and he's managed to take the position away from him coming over the hill. Hugh Jass with a bit of oversteer was in the wall, and Alexander Gray did not step a foot wrong there. He managed to gain that position, and Alex, I will eat my words, my friend. You have not messed. Well, actually, you did just collide with Max 27, but the mistakes have not reared their ugly head in that overtake. So well done. Isaac Hansen is close to 0 ticks there as well. Sorry.
Yes. Can we just? Actually, it's getting real close. I'm sorry. I want to say Henry, far away from everyone else, just vibing in the front.
He is. He's 16 seconds clear. It's a bit of a shame for Henry because he's had absolutely no screen time whatsoever because all he's done is stick to his race.
And I'm so sorry again, but it's Isaac Johnson and Diego Teixeira going side by side on Gondor Straight again. The Gondor Straight is a very great place for overtaking. Coming into the king right now. Diego has the outside line, Isaac has the inside for the next corner. It's the other way around, but Isaac has the better speed in the chase. That's his position from the chicane in the 4th place. Do you think that Isaac can catch in 1 minute and 45 seconds a 3-second gap?
Well, I think he's got this lap and one more by the looks of it. We'll see if he can close in on Victor Lundgren. He's certainly got the wind beneath his wings right now, and he's got the momentum. But Victor is not a slow driver. We'll see if it pays off for him. Hugh Jass and Alexander Gray both drifting around the first corner there, coming through the shot. That was lovely to see. A little bit of a show for us here on the stream. And Hugh himself is close behind Alexander Gray.
Juice is drifting it as well. In front of Smells Like We. Smells Like We having the better exit after the corner, and that's the Ford actually having more speed than the Commodore on the mountain straight.
Yeah, it looks like the Ford is just able to carry away, but
like we is side by side coming to the corner. But Juice has the inside, and that's basically a no-no for Smells Like We. Now going not side by side in one of the tightest corners in all of motorsport with the Macau hairpin. It's Alex.
Oh, he's dropping on the order. What's happened? Oh, we must have had an incident there. Alexander Gray now in 10th position. And I won't eat my words, Alex. The mistakes have reared their ugly head once again. You've dropped down into 10th. Just so difficult to keep these cars pointing the right way. And let me be clear, I'm taking the mick here because I know, Alex, but it's a very difficult car to control, that Holden. Oh, Max Newton 7 and Matt Newton, Matt Buller in the wall. Oh my goodness me, Max Newton 7 appears in shot backwards with Matt Bull. He's smoking.
It seemed like when he was standing in one place, it seemed like it was smoking. I don't see it anymore. Lowski was taking a drift into the wall right behind Max Newton. Henry on his last lap, don't know what to do. He is just vibing alone, coming to the hell corner. Ryan going behind Hugh and Diego Tixera, going to try to make more and more points. But he doesn't have to. He has his championship lead right now in where he wants. Max is 12th.
Certainly, but I'll tell you one thing, Ryan is not the kind of man that's going to sit there and allow the points to be taken away from him. And there we go, up through, past on Hugh Jass on the start-finish straight. He's just got so much speed off them corners, Ryan Skywalker, but he breaks super deep in towards hell, gets all over the exit curve, and Hugh Jass moves through with ease. Hugh not making it easy for Ryan Skywalker at all. They're coming onto the mountain straight once again. Hugh Jass trying to hold on to the 6th position from Ryan Skywalker, but for how long as they come in over the crest? Once again, Ryan Skywalker taking all the slipstream, gaining on Hugh Jass all the time, but he drops back a little bit before they break, and they go, well, they go neatly into this second corner, don't they? Which is the best way to do it.
It is definitely.
And Hugh Jass is holding on for now, up the mountain once again, down in second gear, powering up the hill once again, trying not to lose that back end. It's so easy to do, and Hugh Jass does get a little bit of oversteer. Oh! And he comes together with Ryan Skywalker, and they're both in the wall. Ryan Skywalker now out of corner, bouncing all over the shop. Hugh Jass down in 7th position. He's going to get a little bit of speed on Ryan Skywalker here as Ryan went into the wall there, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Hugh down 1 position, and what a shame for him there. There's another battle on the track as well. It's Isaac Hansen and Victor Lundgren. Spitslam, you called it, mate.
Alexander Gray and Mad Bull as well. Again, but the more is juiced, spin it into McPhilby Park. Victor and Isaac battling, and again onto Conrad straight. They're not battling. Isaac is very far away.
He suddenly dropped back. He was under a second a minute ago, but he must have had a little bit of a slow exit there onto towards the Conrad straight, and Victor Lundgren's made the most of it. And he's powering away in 3rd position. Isaac going to have to start this battle up once again. Oh, and the finish flag has come out. Wow, I thought there was an extra lap, but apparently not. Henry Comsey crosses the line in 1st position. Roger Sale crosses the line now. He's going to hold on to 2nd position. The Norwegian Viking.
But it's Hugh Jass and Ryan Skywalker coming to the line, very close to each other. Coming to the last corner, the Murray's corner. Hugh Jass has nothing where he is. Hugh Jass takes 7th and Ryan takes 5th position. Matt and Alexander Gray coming through the chase, also very close to each other, but it seems like Mad Bull will take 10th position. Now if you come into the Murray's corner, Alexander Gray is getting closer and closer, going side by side into Murray's corner. Alexander Gray is up 1 position than Mad Bull. Mad Bull freaks up the last corner, and that's Alexander 10th, Mad Bull 11th, juiced, overtaking Kiagoski on the 2nd to last corner. In the Murray's corner, he is a 2nd in front.
Wow.
That's 12 for juiced, 13 for Kiagoski, 14 for Lowskill, 15 for Keith. No, Keith and Alex can still have a battle.
Yeah, they can actually. They're not too far away from each other. No, they can't. Never mind. Alex Heller's in the wall. The drivers having dance partners for the race in here. They were 2x2 across the line for 3 different battles, and that was a great last corner overtake from Alexander Gray there. And that, well, we'll watch Alex Heller go around and take the finish flag, but I have to say that second race was a lot more exciting than the first race, wasn't it? As it always is.
Yeah, the first race was a lot more exciting. It isn't the first time this happened. A little skill. Front left 29%, front right 18%.
Yeah,
rear left 16%.
We were expecting
rear
some
right 1%.
we were expecting some pit stops in this race. We thought the drivers were going to have to pit at some point. But as it turns out, the super softs have managed to hold on right to the end of the races. And, well, we didn't have any kind of exciting pit lane strategy. So thanks, guys. Let's talk to the winners. So who won the first race?
So disappointed.
I was. Who won the first race? I've already lost.
Who else but the Mystic Mac?
The Mystic Mac. Ryan Skywalker. Let's try and get him in here.
I'll just move him.
Well done. I apparently couldn't move him. Ryan Skywalker, winner of the first race. You didn't give me a Mystic Mac prediction this time, so I can't take the mick out of you for that. But what I can take the mick out of you for is not breaking into turn 1. What happened there?
Mate, you know my pedal is messed up. As soon as I press too hard, it just locks up and I go straight. I have no control.
Well,
I thought you had the magic button on.
No, I've set it so sensitive that the amount of leeway you have between brake and not brake is so small. Like, and under that moment when I went straight, I was just like, oh, I even tried to take my foot off the brake. Didn't help. I just went straight like Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah, looked like Azerbaijan 2021.
But I did have a massive start. Oh, that was so awesome.
Yeah, I have to say, well, you had a great start in race 1, certainly. From third, you managed to get yourself alongside and second and then Max just went round and you inherited first position. Have you been practicing your starts?
No, it was just timing, I guess. I had like everyone else. I thought I jumped it originally. As I went and the lights went off, I thought, oh shit, I jumped because nobody else had started around me. I saw the other cars still standing still, and then they went. So I thought I jumped, but obviously it was. I don't know if there's a way to see the time that I took to react to that, but it must have been very, very close to 0.
We won't call it luck. It's never luck. It's just skill.
Yeah, it's skill.
It's luck in the last race. Yo, you have to dodge, and my brake started acting up again. Every time I try to overtake somebody, the brake just fails me.
Well, I have to say, in the second race, you kind of struggled coming down through the S's particularly. You collided with some drivers.
Yeah, man, it was a nightmare.
Well, you managed to hold on to the end. In the end, you managed to get a decent-ish finish in the second race, and the first race definitely went your way because you led and won quite easily. So well done, mate. That's a championship lead secured.
I must say, Gulicek did very well in the first race. He kept me honest.
He certainly did. He didn't let you get away with it. He kept the gap under a second for the most of the race, and I thought the move was potentially on towards the end, but the checkered
I was so nervous.
Flew.
I was nervous at the end because I thought, oh, if this brake fails me again, I'm all in the grass.
No, you did very well. Did very well to hold on. As did Gulicek, to keep you honest, but we won't talk too much.
Who won the second race?
Who else? Henry Comsey.
Oh, he's been Mr. Number 2 race these days.
He has. He's missed a number 2 race. He's smashing it out of the park. Yeah, well done to Henry Comsey. Yeah. Of course. Well done to Ryan Skywalker for winning the first race. We'll catch up with you next week, I'm sure, mate.
Cool, man. Thanks.
I don't want to talk to Ryan too much. We ran out of things to say. Let's talk to this man, Henry Comsey. Henry, second race winner. That was I don't want to say easy, but you didn't have to put up too much of a fight, did you?
No.
It was, I have to say, quite easy. So in the second race, you managed to get yourself in the lead fairly early on. In the first race, things didn't quite go your way. What happened there?
Crashes, people spawning on the mountain part and stuff like this, and I got my wheel to the like 45 degrees, and I had to pit, and it was after that over.
That is not ideal. That is that explains a lot. It explains why you finished so far down. But a decent haul of points in the second race. Let's see. As Keith put up the results, are you still ahead of? Are you still battling Max, or has Max run away with this? Do you think?
I don't know actually.
In the standings, well, it should be tight after this. We'll see. But well done, good racing, Henry, and a good win in the second race. Hopefully. Brian said before he left, you're Mr. Race 2 at the minute. Hopefully you're going to carry on this trend and win every race 2.
What he said?
He said you are Mr. Race 2 because you won race 2 last week, you won race 2 this week. We'll see if you win race 2 next week. Keep your fingers crossed anyway.
I hope I win the first race also next week.
I mean, yeah, of course. Well, yeah, fingers crossed for you, Henry. That's all my questions for you, though. It was a fairly chaotic race. It was hard to keep track of, but, well, you managed to clear off in the second race, and that's what matters. Spit Slam, do you have any questions for Henry before he goes?
I don't think I do. Good race, mate.
Thank you.
All
Did
right,
you
we'll
guys
see.
catch
Sorry.
my finish on the second race?
Not really. No, we got you on the line. Tried to get you across the finish line, but the checkered flag flew earlier than I thought. Why? What did you do?
I was doing like a 10-second burnout before crossing the line.
I think I got just about the end of it on board, but well
Yes.
done. Showing
Blink
off.
the salt.
Yeah, you were so far ahead. You were showing off. We can't make
Yeah.
it that easy for you.
The
No,
track.
yeah, it's good track. Good racing. And DTM next week. Do you fancy your chances? Do you think you'll do well at Poznan?
If the setup is right, I think I can do. I like those cars.
You do like the DTM cars. I remember you did very well in the Alpha first time you came on.
Yeah.
Well, fingers crossed for you, Henry. We'll see how you fare next week. But for now, thank you for joining us.
Yep. Bye. Thanks.
There we go. Henry Comsey, second race winner. He will be looking forward to next week. As I said, it's DTM at Tor Poznan. We're heading to Poland. I took the walk to Poland.
God damn it. At the same time. Unbelievable.
I took the DTM to Poland. We'll see how that goes next week. It should be fun. It should be a little bit interesting, but more importantly, the racing should be quite good as them cars evoke good racing. Thanks to everyone for joining us tonight. It's been 2 great races. The second race certainly more interesting than the first, but I won't complain. Good racing for all around. Some chaos, some crashes, some overtakes. What more can you ask for, Spitslam?
It's Street Fighter community race. I don't know what you expect.
Exactly right. There we go. That's the end of the stream. We will see you next week in Poland. But good night, everyone.